Hi, and welcome to another edition of Todd Talk, where we take teaching theory and turn it into teaching practice. So today's Todd Talk is coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm attending the World Council for Gifted and Talented Children Conference. And so the theme for this month has been academic extracurricular competitions. And so we've looked at Model United Nations, we looked at Invention League, we looked at Destination Imagination. And so today I'm going to present three more academic extracurricular competitions that are year-long competitions that you're working on them for nearly the entire year. Usually you're collaborating with others while you're doing this as well. These are, I'm going to talk about each of these and then show a video clip that's associated with them. The first one I'm going to be talking about is called Future City Builders. And Future City Builders is for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. And basically what they have to do is they have to create a virtual city using the SimCity program, which is a computer program. They have to write a 1,500-word city essay. They have to make a scale model built from recycled materials. They have to have a project plan, and then they present it to judges at a regional competition. There's a theme every year. It is Future City, so they have to create a city of the future. And so things in the past have been sustainability, stormwater management, urban agriculture. The theme for 2019-2020 is going to be clean water. And so here's a little clip that shows you a little bit what Future City Builder kind of looks like.
Future City is inspiring. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I got way more confident. It was really exciting. It was very intriguing.
It's a good opportunity.
It's like the funnest project ever. Future City is amazing. Are you a middle school student? Then Future City is for you. It's a competition that challenges your ingenuity as you imagine, design, and build a city of the future. Team up with your classmates and discover what engineers do. Identify problems, brainstorm ideas, develop solutions, and create a better tomorrow.
Oh, it's exciting. When the light bulb turns on for the kids, it's great because you can see that, oh, wow, that's cool. I got it.
For them to be able to think in the future of what might happen and let their imaginations run wild is just as important as them learning that technology that we currently have so that they can take that history and grow from it and build on it.
I think the coolest part was building the model. We needed to make buildings that were energy efficient. We also wanted to incorporate some kind of culture. You learn life skills. You learn how to work together in a team. You learn how to plan stuff out.
There's also a lot of creativity that goes into it. The essay helps you learn how to write.
For me, as a junior high teacher, Future City is one of the most intense, high-level thinking, rewarding projects that I've ever used with my students.
Teams compete in a regional Future City contest, and the winner goes to the finals in Washington, D.C.
The second competition I'm going to talk about is what's called Math Counts. This is also for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And what this is students work on math problems of various difficulty for the year preparing for math counts. What math counts looks like is that there's 4 levels of the competition. There's the school, chapter, state, and national. So the school has one, a chapter may have one, so on and so forth. And there are 4 rounds. There's the sprint round, which is students doing math for speed and accuracy. They have 40 minutes to complete 30 problems. There's a target round, which focuses on problem solving and mathematical reasoning. There's a team round, so when the team collaborates together to solve a problem, they have 20 minutes to complete 10 math problems. And then there's a countdown round. And the countdown round is also for speed and accuracies. They have 45 seconds per problem, and they're not allowed to use a calculator.
If this is the function, what would the answer be to this?
Jen Dyer is prepping a group of middle school students
That's something divisible by 9.
for the 36th annual Champlain Valley Math Counts competition.
25, all right. So far you guys are tied.
The students have been training every week since the beginning of the school year, hoping to make it to the state finals.
We do equations and like math-based stuff, and some are like problem solving, and it's like a bunch of different math.
Some of the questions are easy.
Kind of like fresh in the memory, and we know how to do them.
Some of the questions not so much.
So that's like statistics. So you won't be doing that until my gosh, 11th grade math.
It's pretty hard, and even math's my favorite subject.
Dyer says that the work they put in is paying off in more ways than one.
I feel like their confidence is increased. I can tell the kids that I have in my class that are in math counts, like they're more apt to try something when it's difficult.
The students are hoping to display their math skills in front of a big crowd at the competition.
To watch us have fun, see who's gonna go to states, and it'll be fun.
Sometimes like education, like you don't really get to show yourself in front of people that much, unlike sports and other stuff where like there's like more people come out to those things. And so it'd just be nice to like see like lots of people come and just enjoy themselves.
So the third academic extracurricular competition I'm going to talk about is what's called the Word Masters Challenge. And this is for 3rd through 8th grade. And this is a vocabulary challenge. So there are 3 tests spread throughout the course of the year. So it's a year-long competition. And for each of these, prior to each of these tests, kids are given a word list. And there is a blue division word list and there's a gold division word list. The blue one is, average words, and then the gold are supposed to be more challenging based upon their grade level. Although the blue one can be quite challenging in its own right. And so students have to then get the definitions of these words and see if there's alternative definitions to these words. And they have to really understand what the word is, because eventually what they need to do is they have to look at the relationship of that word as compared to other words on the list. And so through the use of analogies. And so they're given the test, they're given 20 questions in their analogy. So they'll say like a cat is to a mammal as a frog is to an amphibian. And the relationship there is, the type of animal that they are. And so they'd have to make that connection. And so I'm going to show a brief video on what analogies are, and then show you an example of what a Word Masters test looks like.
Analogies. Analogies are statements that compare or contrast. Analogies. Analogies are statements that compare or contrast ideas that seem to have no relationship, but really do. Let's look at an example of an analogy. Hand is to glove as foot is to sock. Huh? Okay, let's look closer. Let's try saying it like this. A hand wears a glove the same way a foot wears a sock. See how that works? Here's another one. Cold is to hot as wet is to dry. What does this one mean? Cold is opposite of hot, the same way wet is opposite of dry. How about this one? Flamingo is to bird as grizzly is to bear. A flamingo is a type of bird, the same way that a grizzly is a type of bear. When you know how to figure out the relationship in the analogy, you can even complete an analogy yourself. What was the relationship in this analogy? Cold is to hot as wet is to dry. Remember, cold and hot and wet and dry are opposites. So let's see if you can finish another analogy with opposites. High is to low as near is to what? Do you know what word would finish this analogy? High is the opposite of low, the same way that near is the opposite of far.
So here's an example of a Word Masters test. And so you can see the sample words in the near left-hand column, and then the analogies that are with that. So when you look at the 4th grade one, you have a picture is to blurred as a knife is to what? And so you would have to know that the definition of blunt, which means that it's not as sharp as it could be. Kind of like if a picture is blurry, it's not as sharp as it could be. So you'd have to understand those relationships. And then sometimes they give you a more completed analogy, like horses to corral as gold coins is to, and then that would be, a vault, because horses are found in a corral, gold coins are found in a vault. And so that's the relationship there. And so students would have to find those relationships as part of answering these 20 questions. So there you have it, 3 more academic extracurricular competitions that students can compete in. And I like these again because they celebrate the academics of school. We often celebrate the sports of school, through our announcements and our accolades and our trophies and our cases in front of the school, but but we should be celebrating the academics and the intelligence of students. These competitions require kids to use their intelligence, their creativity, their tenacity, their perseverance, and in order to compete in them. So